Kip and Company, the Kip and Company, the Kip and Company, the Kip and Company Entertainment Talk Show.
Hello, welcome to the Kip and Company Entertainment Talk Show. I am your host, Kip Evanson, coming at you from Orem, Utah. And the song you just heard was a song called Crazy, parentheses, Who's to Blame, off of the album Start a Revolution from Joe Rock Show. And also from Joe Rock Show, I have sitting with me Joe Harwood. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, I'm great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to have you. Love that song. I picked that for a reason. I dropped that in because that's my favorite one off the CD.
Cool.
Start a Revolution. There's 10 tracks on it. You can find it on, I know I found it on iTunes. You can probably find it everywhere, I'm assuming, huh?
About anywhere, anything sold or given away.
Given away, yeah, sweet. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. So I don't know if you've listened to the show or not really ever, but I don't really have a list of bullet-pointed questions or anything. I just like to hang out and have a conversation. So let's just sort of start from the beginning, man. First of all, you have a couple bandmates that aren't here. You're here by yourself today.
That's correct.
So who are we missing?
Missing the great Jason DiGilio on drums.
Jason DiGilio?
He's an Italian friend of mine. We both have businesses in Salt Lake. He has a business right across the street. So we just run over and jam whenever we want.
Oh, nice.
And so it's perfect. He's the best drummer I've ever played with anywhere. Well, probably one of the best drummers anywhere in the world. I'm serious.
Well, he definitely showed some talent on that CD. Yeah, for sure.
When we were working out these songs, him and I just together would practice just guitar and drums, and just to learn all those parts and figure out all those arrangements. And he was just awesome, man. He's just my lifeblood.
How long have you guys been playing together?
We've been playing together for about 2 years, a little over 2 years now.
Okay, so still kind of fresh, but
Pretty fresh,
but still set and tight.
It's hard to find a really great drummer who has good feel. They can play with the click track on time.
Yeah,
and
click tracks are hard.
He can do all three.
Wow.
And I've had a lot of really great musicians I've played with over the years, but he's the best, bar none.
Well, right on. That's good. Who else are we missing?
Actually, on the CD, a lot of the bass parts were played by Joel Pack, who owns Rigby Road Studios. Very well known, probably the top bass player in Utah anyway, for sure.
Okay.
And then also Carlos Rocco Cruz, who is my current bass player from Puerto Rico. Just great musicians. These guys are so fun. They're incredible how good they are.
That's cool. So your current bass player is
Carlos.
Rocco. Okay.
Yeah. And he's been playing with me for probably a year and a half out of the 2 years.
Cool.
And we met each other a long time ago. I have a good friend called Eric Munoz, one of the best drummers in Utah. And he's a great drummer. And I went to his studio. We just played some songs together, demo songs. And I never met Rocco before. So I said, I need a bass player to come in because I know a guy. Mm-hmm. So I never even got with him. Never even talked to him about what key they're in. I go back a week later and he had all the parts done.
Isn't that great?
And we kind of felt like we almost played together forever. We'd jam every now and then. Be like we played together for 20 years. So I really wanted to get into this version of this band.
Cool. So and he's on the album, right?
He plays some stuff on the album. He plays all the stuff live. He's phenomenal.
Right on.
On the album, Jay and I kind of did a lot of it just ourselves with Joel on bass, because I do all the guitars, I do all the vocals, and I do all the leads, and I write the songs. Yeah. So there's no one to argue with.
Yeah. Right.
So basically, I go into the studio on that particular CD, and we had 10 songs. I go in the morning. And 4.5 hours later, I'm totally done with the song. Totally done.
In 4.5 hours?
4.5 hours. Everything. Vocals, guitars, background vocals, everything. It was just,
that's impressive.
We smoked through them. I'm doing the new ones over at Pale Horse Studios with Gregory Downs, and he's a great engineer too.
Gregory Downs at Pale Horse?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of him?
Well, I've heard the name Gregory Downs, but I have not heard of Pale Horse. Where's that at?
It's downtown Salt Lake, just off of 21st South and about 11th East or so. You have to kind of go in
there. Yeah.
But he's a great guy, good guy. We don't do him quite as fast as we did with Rigby Road, and there's just some other reasons why. At Rigby Road, the drums are already set up, mic'd, ready to roll, and at Greg's place, he has drums already there, but we have to mic them every time before we play.
Oh, okay.
So it takes an extra hour and 10 minutes
to mic up the drums.
Really good sounds, yeah. And you have to start with real solid sounds. If you don't, it just doesn't work,
Well, right on. Well, let's sort of go back a few years to the beginning when you started doing all this. So you've been playing guitar, I can imagine, since you were a young tyke, because you scream on the thing now. So it's taken some practice, I can see.
I started when I was pretty much seriously playing guitar. I was about 11 years old.
Okay.
Back in the early year of 1966.
1966.
But anyway, started my first band in 1968 and played solid for about 5 years and played a ton. We played. What
was the name of that band?
Oh gosh, I hate to tell you this, but it was called Orphans of the Wind.
Nice. Very 1960s name.
we got teased a lot over that, to be honest with you. But we played about 5 or 6 nights a week every month while we were going to high school. We were booked Friday, Saturday consistently.
What kind of music was it?
Pretty much just rock music of the times, which is very old classics nowadays.
But kind of like, let me think, like something sort of Beatles-ish, but more Americanized.
More into the Steppenwolf type.
There you go, Steppenwolf. That's a good example. Yeah,
kind of in that range and
cool.
Just pop, whatever's popular on the charts at the time.
Right on. And what did you do after that?
I took a band I put together. I never had been on the road before with a band. So I put together a band of the guys I played with in high school. I lived in Kansas. I was a home builder. I've been in business my whole life. So I was building homes, so I brought them down there to work for me building homes so we could put together our band and go on the road. And this band was called Sassy. And I did all original music, and I was badly looking for a lead singer, and I couldn't find anybody that wasn't just a prima donna. I hated them. They just, so I said, okay, so I just started singing songs. I just started writing and singing songs like a madman. And so we went on the road for about 4.5, 5 months and had a good time, but it's not all that it's cut out to be. You know?
What, touring?
Yeah, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
No,
and
I'm sure.
Yeah, there's bad storms and fixing trucks, and it was just it was okay.
Have you done much touring these days with the Joe Rock Show thing?
We're pretty much just playing Salt Lake Market, and we play about once every month or so somewhere. And anymore, I just kind of go when a club owner or a promoter gets a hold of me. We go do those gigs. So I'm not digging to get gigs too much, but
okay, you're more of a writer, recorder right now.
Yeah, we're business guys. We work hard. You know, we have companies we run, and so I really enjoy playing. It's just a lot of work to play.
Yeah.
Tear down all your stuff, set up, throw it back down. You know, so.
Yeah, you don't have anyone to do that for you yet.
No, I have in the past, but but it's still fun. We don't have a huge setup anymore.
Now you have shows coming up though, right?
We have a show coming up on March 29th at the Royal. It's a benefit for David Richards, and he's a great fellow musician, a guitar player who had a very unfortunate accident. He got hit by a car, and he's hurt really bad.
Oh, jeez.
He doesn't have insurance, so all of us bands are kicking in, and you know a lot of these guys. Riding Gravity, Citizen Hypocrisy, Damn Dirty Vultures, As Is. I'm leaving one out. I'll think of it in a minute.
Sure.
And then we're headlining the show, so we go on 11:30 that night. But it's $5 to get in. We're donating all of our time, all these bands.
At the Royal.
At the Royal in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, which is an awesome place.
And we're going to start about 7 o'clock, and it'll run through, well, we go on 11:30. And so we'll play to about 12:30 or so. But it's just cool to see all these great bands. And by the way, these bands, a lot of these bands on this bill I've played with. And they're all good guys. I like them all.
I've met a few of them, and I'm gonna get to meet a few of them here in the future. And
they are just,
As Is, great group of guys.
Good guys.
Great group of guys.
Good band too. Very good band.
Very good band.
I like them.
Very very good guys, and I'm not surprised that they're right there doing a benefit for someone who got hurt, which is what's his condition right now? Is he okay?
You know, he had broken hips, and he had a lot of injuries. I don't know a ton about it. Maybe I should know more. But he didn't have any insurance or anything.
That's the main thing is the insurance.
We're trying to help him out, getting some money, help him get back on his feet.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, so we'll bring that up again just as a reminder. But yeah, everyone who's listening, remember that at the Royal, that's a benefit concert. You said it was $5?
$5. That's it at the door.
Nothing.
And all that money goes straight through. We don't touch it. Nobody touches. I hope nobody touches it.
Then no one better touch it.
And we're just trying to help somebody out. You know, he needs a little help, so we're there.
So he was hit by a car.
Hit by a car.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. So let's dig into this album a little bit, if you don't mind. I personally chose "Crazy" as my favorite title. I like many songs off of the album. I like the whole album. I've listened to the whole thing, especially the last 3 days, because I knew you were coming on. I wanted to be able to pick and choose which ones I wanted to listen to. But I chose "Crazy" as my favorite one. So if you don't mind, I want to dig into that a little bit.
Okay.
Where did that come from? How did it start? And what exactly? What does it mean? I mean, I have my idea of what it means, but what does it really mean?
Well, it originally started out so many years ago, I don't even want to say, but I was just playing my 12-string guitar up in a cabin in Wyoming with 2 or 3 other guys. We were having kind of fun at the time, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And I kind of played this song out just to kind of mess with their heads a little bit. And it's pretty much as it is. I just played it straight out.
And that song does kind of mess with your head a little bit, even still. That's what I like about it. I think it does. It's just an awesome story. It gives you that. I don't know. It reminds me of. Are you a Guns N' Roses fan at all?
Oh, I love Guns N' Roses.
You know the song "Coma"?
Yeah.
It kind of throws me in that state of mind a little bit that "Coma" does. It's just like this weird story that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you can interpret it however you want.
Yeah.
You know? It's it has so many, I've had so many people say different things, but my conception was, this is a guy that had gone to war, whether it's Iraq or Afghanistan or Vietnam, and he was forced into this situation. And if you listen to the words, you can tell that's what happened to him. He got caught up in this thing, and that's why it's it's the people are who's to blame. It was a situation that caused him to go this way. And that's my interpretation.
That's your interpretation. Well, you're the one who wrote it, so I'd imagine
that's how the words are now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And you have a couple brand new songs that are just brand new this 2019, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I'm actually gonna play one if you're okay with that.
That's perfect.
I want to play it's Streets.
Street.
Or Street, is it?
That's all right.
Plural or singular? I mean, yeah. Sorry. So Street. Before we play it, go into that a little bit. What's Street about?
This song is a really driving rock song. I really like the way it came out in the studio. It's really about people who are less fortunate and they're living on the streets. I mean, the people who really are there.
It's pretty clear. Actually,
it's beyond. Yeah, it's beyond their means. They're there because of something really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's probably 20 or 25% of the homeless people are just, they don't have a choice.
Exactly.
And so that's what this song's about recognizing the people on the streets and the struggles they go through.
Well, and you got to realize, and I've always thought that, and that's cool that you actually wrote a song, because I've actually always, that's been a big thing in my brain before, is like, you got to realize that they didn't choose to be there. Maybe they made mistakes that they chose that got them there, but they're not there because they want to be, you know, and you got to, I don't know, people just need to show more love. They really do.
I think that, you know, we got to help them out. You know, one of my big causes I want to do coming up, I want to do more to raise awareness to help feed the children and that don't have proper food because they come from underprivileged families. And so I'm going to be leaning that way as far as some charities to work with in the future.
And what a great way to use your talent and skill to do something like that. That's awesome. Let's listen to Street really quick.
Great.
And we'll be right back.
That's what it says, right?
Nice. Thank you so much for that. That's such a great song. So that's one of your newest ones.
Yes, it is.
And just released this year.
Yeah, we really have just recorded it and put it out a little bit, but we plan on releasing maybe 6 to 10 songs later on this year.
Right on. So they're gonna just sort of be popping up here and there.
Popping up here and there.
Right
We have
on.
one more I didn't send you that's really a cool song too that I haven't.
Please get it to me.
I'll
Yeah,
get it to you, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
and that way
a
we'll
fun
play it.
song.
Yeah, dude, all your songs are fun songs.
Yeah.
That's about this Starter Revolution. Seriously, one of the fun. And I even said this to her. She'll back me up. I said this twice today. Even that this is one of the funnest albums I've ever heard. Like, fun is just a word that comes to my mind with this album. It's like
Yeah.
it sounds like you had an excellent time recording it and writing the songs, and that you're one of those writers that write songs and have a good time doing it.
Straightforward, driving rock. You
Yeah.
know? And I
Yeah.
used to do things a lot more complicated than I do now. I found out simpler and straightforward driving's better in my mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
I'm not a very complex person, so but heck yeah, that's so cool. I if you guys haven't checked it out yet, go check out Joe Rock Show's stuff on iTunes. Do you have any? Is it just this stuff that they can find as Joe Rock Show? Or do you have any other stuff out there right now?
The Streets Out There, and so is another one called. Can't remember the name of the song. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's You is the name of the.
It's You.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good too. But I meant, what I was asking is, do you have any other stuff besides Joe Rock Show that's available anywhere?
Not really.
Not really. No. Okay, nothing that's like.
I have some old
official.
stuff that we never. It was pre.
But nothing released and recorded. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
and we're trying to stick with this sound now. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just didn't know if there's some earlier stuff. A lot of people have some earlier stuff that I like to throw out there so they can hear too. So a band or two before Joe Rock Show.
I'll send you one.
Yeah.
The songs on this album is totally different. So it's kind of fun to listen to.
Heck yeah. Send me whatever you can.
Okay.
So, but right before we came back from that song, you said that you wanted to mention someone's name, one of the promoters.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn Polos. She has Evanston Staging and Events. She's just a great person. I've worked with her over the years, and she always we've worked together off and on. We did a show at a complex together a year ago.
And she's the one putting together this benefit.
She put together this benefit, and she handles and she does a lot of work for very little pay for a lot of bands.
That's
but
cool.
she's just I love her. I think she's a great person.
And you can get a hold of her. And does she work with just basically anyone who, like, does she have, I guess I should say, does she have a roster that she fills up, or does she work with anyone that will call and schedule?
Pretty much, she works with a lot of more the more of the metal bands.
Oh, okay. So she has a
A
genre.
little bit more metal.
Cool.
But she books a lot anymore, and she has some bars that she just keeps putting different bands in. She's doing real well with that.
Right on. And this is more for me. Remind me one more time, when is that benefit show at the Royal?
It's on March 29th, which is a Friday night. And
Friday, okay.
And the Loss of Existence will be there. That's one band I forgot to mention earlier.
Oh, okay. The Loss of Existence?
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
cool.
a great band. I'm sure I played with them at one time. I just can't remember when.
And I know I've heard that now. We might have one of their songs. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I've met so many bands these last 2 months. I'm getting a little discombobulated with all of them. But yeah.
Well, all
cool.
these bands at this show, I've played with 4 of them out of the 7 that are playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all great guys. We just all get along good,
That's what I've noticed about a lot of the bands that I've talked to is they're zero drama. Zero drama. They're just nothing but fun, good, happy, free-spirited guys who just enjoy making music and hanging out with each other and being friendly. So, you don't have anything else coming up besides the Royal?
Not right now. I'm
now.
trying to get. We're actually working on some new songs I've been writing, so we've been taking time to work on new stuff instead of rehashing what we've already done. We have probably 25 songs now that we play, and we mix them up. But I have 4 new songs I want to get recorded that we just haven't stopped to work on them. It takes quite a while to work out a song from beginning to end for recording, get it right to the recording level. And so that's what we're trying to do right now is take a little time in between and get it up. And, for a couple of years, this is my 4th rendition of this band, by the way, but by
Nice.
far the very best. Rocco.
How long has Joe Rock Show been around?
I started playing live in Salt Lake City in 2012.
You said 2012. Okay, so that's when the Joe Rock Show name and everything came about.
I kind of started in 2010. I recorded a quick album. Hadn't played for years, and it was fun. It kind of got my feet wet and got me started again. But started jamming with these guys and started playing. We've been playing for a couple of years. We were playing, in my opinion, way too much. We were playing like every anyone call me, I go play. I think we played the Barbary Coast 7 times one year.
Oh, the Barbary Coast.
And I haven't played there for a while, but there are good people over there too.
Oh yeah, I've played the Barbary Coast a couple times.
I like the whole batch over there. We had a great time. We just have been busy kind of doing our things. We're trying to put together more of a concert level show now. And so we go and do an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of a lot of originals with some really fun driving rock covers that we do, our own version. And it's been fun, really fun. And so it's not like we're just playing every week somewhere doing cover tunes or whatever. We're doing a lot of originals because you have to write songs if you want people to pay attention to you eventually.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can play covers for the rest of your life. And I did that for years.
But covers are good to get people's attention.
You have to have covers because they have to recognize something.
And have something to sing along with. Exactly.
You really do. And we're throwing more and more of those in.
What covers do you do?
I do mainly the rock covers who've been covered by most big bands.
Oh, okay.
So I play Rockin' in the Free World, Neil Young.
Oh, nice.
Straightforward rock version. I have my own version of All on the Watchtower that's just killer. In fact, it's on my Joe Harwood Facebook. A couple videos of just a month ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
We
Good to know.
killed it. We killed it on that. So I know, and I also have a real cool version of Paranoid Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
it just keeps going.
You a Sabbath fan?
I am. I think that they started metal music.
Yeah, basically.
And they're great players and fun. It's fun. So those songs go over good, and I have a handful of other ones, maybe 10 other ones that we do. They're in that genre.
Cool.
I'm trying to do songs that most bands. Like everybody's covered this song, and that's what I love about Watchtower. There's probably 70 different versions on YouTube of it. But it was written by Bob Dylan, made famous by Jimi Hendrix.
It was written by Bob Dylan?
Yeah, all on the Watchtower.
That's news to me.
Yeah, written by Bob Dylan. And so we do a straightforward rock version of it. But I do a lot of Jimi Hendrix styles of leads during it. But I love it. It's a fun song. My drummer just kills it. Jason DiGilio, I want to mention him again. Carlos Cruz on bass guitar. These guys are phenomenal.
And if there's ever a chance, for reals, if there's ever a chance you can come back with those two guys, come on back with them because we'd like to get a little of their input as well.
I tried to get them here today, but we're all so busy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they, we were trying, and we go, God, and I said, I'll just go do it. So
people have lives outside this whole music thing.
Next time we'll get it set up. I'll get them here because they're interesting guys and they're very experienced.
Well, and you're gonna keep every release you have, keep them coming to me so I can play them.
I will.
And when you get some more new stuff out there, we'll have you guys on again and hopefully have all three of you.
That'd be great.
And unfortunately we are running up on time here, so gotta say goodbye. But I did have one more question for. Where exactly do you hail from? You said you came from Alpine, right?
Yeah, I've lived in Salt Lake for years.
So Salt Lake is where you've been your whole life.
Well, pretty much since 1980 on.
1980 on. Yeah. Where did you come from?
I was born in Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And we lived all around. My dad he was a builder and built motels and stuff, so we traveled quite a bit.
Right
lived
on.
Several places, but after I graduated from high school, I didn't go to college. I graduated from high school, went down to Kansas for a while, lived there, built houses. It was my own company. Mm-hmm. And then I moved back up here in 80, and I've been here ever since.
And you've been here since 1980?
I have kids and grandkids now, so it's great.
Cool. Right on. And you own your own company, and things are going great here, so you're not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, that company will be 20 years old next year.
Oh,
20
cool.
years old.
Nice.
And we've done a lot. We've done over 50,000 in sales, 50 million in sales. Sorry.
What's the company again?
It's called HFG Packaging.
HFG Packaging.
And we distribute packaging to manufacturing companies. I have trucks and warehouses, and
it's your company.
It's my company.
You own it.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Well, Joe, it was a pleasure having you here, man. Thanks for coming in and sharing your music with us, and keep it coming. Every release you get, send me. Cool.
I will. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
And I appreciate meeting both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my wife sits here and watches the show. She sits here and takes pictures and watches. So she's sitting here too. Hi, Bobby.
She's the one that got a hold of me first.
Yeah, she's my communications expert.
She's great, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. It was
good
an honor.
show, by the way. I've listened to several.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And you're welcome to come on anytime.
Okay.
So, yep. All right. Well, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much. If you need to get a hold of me or you want to submit any songs, go ahead and get a hold of me at notsoforeverproductions@gmail.com. And again, Joe Harwood, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're out of here. Bye-bye, guys.
The Kid Band Company, the Kid Band Company, the Kid Band Company, the Kid Band Company, entertainment. Talk Show.